Good morning and welcome to High Schools That Work Spotlight, a show that focuses on how to be successful by interviewing staff and students and sharing strategies and tips to become more successful in school, and outside of school after graduation. I'm your host, Sam Griffin, math and science teacher and High Schools That Work coordinator. My special guest today is Scott Sabino. Welcome, Scott Sabino.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Mr. Sabino, I asked you to prepare something. We're trying to keep this under 10 minutes. And I asked you a few weeks ago to share with the students here what you think the top three strategies or tips are to be successful in high school and life outside of high school. So how would you respond to that?
Okay, I've given that some thought. I think there are a lot of qualities or characteristics that can lead to being a successful student, and also in your career, or whatever you choose to do after high school. But three do stand out. I would say work ethic first. Characteristics for work ethic are kind of broad, but doing your best when you come to work, showing up on time, attendance, those are some characteristics that I would include under work ethic. Another quality would be being coachable. We're graduating our students with specific skills, that are required in certain career fields. But employers want those basic skills at the very minimum, but they also want you to be trainable in their system and to demonstrate that capacity for growth within the organization, help that organization be successful, and then of course that individual being successful. And then I think a third quality that I think is really important is also how well you get along with other people. Being a person that can fit into an organization and to be a positive member of that organization. Not bringing drama, kind of just in a way fitting in, but also being a positive leader in an organization.
How did today's students avoid drama? How do you? I know that's an impossible question to answer, but what would you say for someone that's just saturated in a world of drama and they don't know how to get out of it? How do they deal with that?
That's a good question. I always think of how would I handle a situation when I'm talking with a student or a colleague, and I just think of the amount of stress that I want to avoid in my life.
Yeah. And
any time that I'm involved or could potentially be or see a student involved in drama, I try to communicate that or have them think about, how does that make you feel? And you can control how you react, how you feel about a situation. I can't control somebody else, but I can control my reaction to it. And I think there's a lot of things I think you can do to avoid drama, but sometimes if it comes to you, you can choose how you react to it.
Yeah, I mean Stephen Covey, who wrote 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, called that the inner circle of influence and the outer circle of influence, and we need to focus on the inner circle, what we can control. We can't control the weather. If it's, I know a ton of people, oh, it's raining outside, I'm having a bad day because it's raining. If you live in that world, you're just a victim.
Right. That's a good way to put it.
I want to get less serious now, but I would like everybody to think about all that, and we went pretty quick there. So rewind that and watch it again if you need to.
Good morning, Middies.
Okay, so one of the reasons for me to do this is I wanted to, interview staff, students, people. I bet there's 50% of the people at the school don't even know you, and you're a cool guy. So let's learn a little bit and be a little bit less serious and get into the mind of Scott Sabino. Okay, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions here. What type of music do you like the most?
The most? I like folk rock, alt country, and reggae.
So if you could have a CD back when we used to use CDs, stuck in your CD player where you had to listen to it in your car every day. What is the specific CD that would be stuck in there?
Anything, anything Wilco or Ryan Adams.
Ryan Adams?
Yeah, not Brian Adams.
Not Brian Adams.
Ryan Adams.
Okay. Favorite snack while sitting around watching TV at night?
All right. I'm sticking with pickles.
Yeah.
Which is kind of yeah.
Some of us already know this.
Yeah, kind of an embarrassing response, but yeah.
The big pickles.
The
not the little slices.
The hardcore Clausen refrigerated, way too expensive pickles.
What is the one thing that keeps you, when you wake up in the morning and your feet hit the floor, what is the one thing that keeps you enthusiastic about working here? I got serious again.
No,
Sorry.
yeah, that's serious. That's there's a lot of layers to that question. Number one is I have to think of, I have children, and I work with children, so I always keep in mind that I want to do things that would be right for other people's children, because that's what I would expect somebody in education to do for my kids. And then also, I think what we do here in a career tech center is extremely impactful for our kids. And
it's the coolest.
It's very cool, and our kids get it, and they're more directed. They have a direction that they're heading, and I want to help them get there.
If you had one last pizza, what would be the toppings on it?
I had pizza last night for dinner, and I had spicy Italian sausage, onions, and tomatoes on it, and I think that would be my go-to.
From Donato's?
Actually, Papa John's.
Papa John's.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mr. Sabino, thanks for being here today and taking part in the first ever live High Schools That Work Spotlight. Thank you, audience, for being here, dragging you outside of classes, and we really appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Hey, thanks for having me be a part of it. You got some great ideas, and this is a cool thing.
All right, thanks. Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.